Greetings, I am Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! Today we're going to continue our talk about Aberant. Last time we talked about the attributes that you can have in Aberant. Today we're going to talk about the ability. Now each attribute has a number of abilities linked to it. Each ability can have a 0 to 5 in it depending on how many points you spend on it. When you're making your base character, you can spend 23 points on ability, but you can only have up to 3 in any of these abilities. So for this human phase, you can only have up to 3 in any of these, and remember you have 23 points to spend. Now you can also get a specialization, but specializations you're not going to purchase right now. You're going to purchase them with some points later on, or with experience when you're in the game. Specializations that are one word that describe these abilities a little more, and when that specialization comes up, you roll an extra dice. There are 12 abilities linked to your physical scores, 14 abilities linked to your mental scores, and 8 abilities linked to your social scores. So I'm going to talk about each attribute on its own and what abilities link to it. I'll give you a little information on these abilities because I can give you a couple of sentences and tell you about them. So first I'm going to talk about the strength-based ones. There's of course Brawl. This is brute strength-based fighting. If I'm fighting unarmed, I'm working on more power than speed, I'm doing Brawl. There's also Might, which is if I'm trying to do heavy lifting. This is if you're the strongest man in the contest and you're trying to do these big lifting events, the Power Man lifting events. That's using your Might skill. So Dexterity has a lot more. Of course, it has Athletics, which is your general athletic ability, which is your running, your jumping, all that sort of thing. It's got Drive, which is ability to drive a car. It's got Firearms, which is your use of guns and that sort of thing. Legerdemain is your sleight of hand, your ability to do sort of card tricks and stuff like that. It's got Martial Arts, which isn't just like it sounds. You know some kind of martial arts. Knowing a specific one is specialization, but it's kind of like punching, kicking, doing flips, normal sort of martial arts thing. Then of course there's Melee. It's fighting with swords, axes, bottles, bats, any kind of melee weapon you can get. That's melee combat. Then there's Pilot. Pilot's piloting a plane or some kind of flying vehicle. And the last one, under Dexterity, is Stealth. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's being stealthy. Now Stamina has 2 also. It's got Endurance, which is your ability to stand severe conditions. Endurance is like resisting desert heat, extreme colds. And then it's got Resistance, which is another ability, which is resisting poisons and toxins and things like that. Now going on to the mental side, Wits has Awareness, which is kind of your ability to sort of notice what's going on in your surroundings, to notice small things like that. And Investigation, which is kind of noticing clues, is your ability to deduce things and sort of notice things in the environment. Now under Intelligence, first off, there's Academics, which is your general sort of academic knowledge. It's all the kind of general information you know. There's Bureaucracy, which is your ability to know all this administrative things and get along with that sort of thing. There's Computer, which is knowing and using a computer. It could be as simple as just searching the web, programming, hacking. That's the sort of thing that Perv uses computer under. Then of course there's Engineering, which is sort of knowing how to mess around with things that are mechanical of that nature, or doing things with those kind of machines and stuff. There's Intrusion, which is both setting up and disabling security devices. There's Linguistics, which is speaking languages and sort of understanding the basics of languages. Every point that you take in Linguistics, you actually know a family of languages, so you know a lot more languages just per dot you have in Linguistics. So having a lot of dots in Linguistics means you know a crap ton of damn languages, not just 5. Then of course there's Medicine, which is exactly what it sounds like. It's medical knowledge. There's Science, which is just knowing everything about science. Physics, chemistry, biology, general science, that's what's knowing about it. And of course Survival, which is your knowledge to exist in the wild, to get along in the wild, to know what good plants there are to eat, to know what to do to survive. Now under Wits, there's Art, which is creating things like writing, poetry, drawing paintings, making sculptures. That's art. There's also Business here, which is your knowledge of getting around in the business world. It would be like selling stocks, selling shares, doing day trading. Any kind of business knowledge is under Biz. And of course Rapport, which is your ability to sort of understand someone's feelings and sort of interpret them so that you can get along with them better. Now under the social side, you first have the ones under Appearance, which the first one is Intimidate. Intimidates your ability to sort of use your own force of personality to get people to do things against their will. So you're sort of intimidating them into doing stuff for you. Also under Appearance is Style, which is just a general sort of how well you could keep on with the styles of the time and how stylish you appear to people. Under Manipulation, there's of course Interrogation, which is your ability to interrogate someone, whether through threats or other means. It's sort of your ability to get someone to do something for you, just get you to give you information that you want. Streetwise is your knowledge of the streets and the underworld and how well you can sort of react with that. And subterfuge is your general ability to sort of lie and deceive people and to trick them. Under charisma, you have, of course, command, which is your ability to sort of lead, to command a group of people. You have etiquette, which is your knowledge of getting along in high society and sort of the proper situations when you're in an area where you need to use etiquette. And perform, which is like your dancing, your singing, your acting, those sort of general skills are under perform. So those are all the abilities you can take in Aberant. Next time I'm going to finish off talking about what you need to finish off the human side of your character, and then we can start becoming a Nova. So anyway, if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. I'll answer or respond to them to the best of my ability. Please join the Empire, become a citizen, subscribe. It's a way of showing your support. Another way is to like this video, and of course, I'm always looking for people to share it around. Find other people that be interested, that want to learn some things about this video or one of my other videos. And until the next time, I bid you farewell.